All right, welcome back. You're watching Newsx. My name is Vineet Malhotra. Well, the Parliament is all set to debate Maoist Mukt Bharat on Monday after Home Minister Amit Shah reaffirmed that March 31st deadline to eliminate red terror is being met. In the past 48 hours alone, a wanted Maoist with a bounty of rupees 25 lakh on his head, Papa Rao, surrendered, and another Maoist carrying rupees 5 lakh bounty has been killed. This is India's biggest victory against insurgency. The Maoists who once reigned terror in India's Red Corridor have now either been eliminated, and as per government data, 10,000 have surrendered in 10 years. A fitting example of this is the fact that the same Bastar, which once was a breeding ground for left-wing extremists, is today a place where Olympics are also being held. At this point in time, let me in fact welcome our guest. We are going to be speaking to the former DGP of Chhattisgarh, Mr. D.M. Awasthi. Mr. Awasthi, I hope you can hear me, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So thank you so much for taking out the time and speaking to us. So first up, very many congratulations. This is a great deal. Now, this has been a threat, a nuisance, which has lingered on and troubled India and killed innocent people for decades now. Your thoughts on the near complete destruction of Maoism in our country, something which was thought to be impossible at once?
I can first thank you so much for congratulations you have given. And like your question, January 2016, I became the DG Naxal Operations of Chhattisgarh, and that time it was very difficult. While I am talking to you after 10 years, March 2026, we never thought that the day will come and we'll be speaking nearly ending of Naxalism in the country as well as in Chhattisgarh. So that is the biggest achievement of security forces as well as the state, central government and state. They have done a lot, and we have really hard worked, all our forces. I myself have been into Bastar for almost a decade. So I find this day while talking to you is a very pleasant day, very good day, like we are now in a position to say that Naxalism is over in the country and in the area.
So the government wanted a multi-pronged Samadhan strategy, which was about security and development as well. That came later. But according to you, what was the biggest challenge logistically hunting these people down?
Actually, the geographical challenge was much more in Bastar. The terrain was, say, Bastar is 40,000 square kilometers, full of dense forest and valleys and all those areas. Naxals have dominated those areas since long. They entered in this part of Madhya Pradesh, then Madhya Pradesh in 90s, and captured the areas which were in dominant situation. Security forces came late. They were gradually, state police was less in number, CRPF and BSF. When they came gradually, and for them also a challenge was geography as well as the local language and population, which was not very supportive. So all those things led to, winning situation for the Naxals till we can say 2014 or 15. But last 10 years, there have been tremendous changes. Security forces have done well. They fought well, and though we had a lot of sacrifices, people have martyred, but Naxals got a major jolt of security forces. And in the last 2 years, after Mr. Home Minister has said the deadline is March 2026, everybody like a mission mode. They had fought, and the result is in front of everybody.
So there is also a lot of credit to be given to solutions which are more than related to security. It's the infrastructure and development also. 12,000 kilometers of roads have been built. There were a lot of vacuums in Bastar, as you said, which were hard to navigate. They were also plugged in. So development and infrastructure is also something that has played a big part in making sure that the security forces are on top of their game.
Yeah, bilkul. I was myself a managing director of Police Housing Corporation in 2012, December. and we made lot of all police stations and barracks where the security forces are now stationed and they are fighting the battle. They were made in laws 2013, 14 and 15. Lots of roads were made. The contractors were given security. And 2016, 17, 18, major roads were constructed and the whole Bastar was given the communication wise, it was almost in 2018, while December 2018, when there were assembly elections, we could see that roads were everywhere. So all these factors, I mean, we should give credit to all those contractors and engineers and people who have made the infrastructure, because without infrastructure, the fight was not easy. And I have seen those 6 years I was Naxal Operation DG as well as Managing Director of Police Housing Corporation, which was making police stations, barracks, helipads, night landing facilities, all those things. So you are very rightly pointed out, those infrastructure was very important for in this battle.
So what are some of the remaining challenges that you feel are still there? A lot of Maoist presence is found in dense jungles and forests as well, and sometimes they are hard to track down. What is the remainder of the problem that you see that needs to be addressed as well, though most of it has been taken care of?
See, the operations should continue to search those people who are still absconding and they are hiding somewhere, number one. And the development program should be started immediately after March 2026. We need eliminate those factors which were responsible for the development of Naxalism in Bastar or in other Naxal affected areas of the country, like tribal exploitation here and not reach of the government. The image of government machinery was like a exploiter. So it has to be a very transparent administration, development oriented administration, employment, education and health and sanitation. These all things Bastar requires. So I think that is a major challenge as well as the remaining security options.
Mr. Awasthi, thank you so much, sir, for speaking to us. I appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you.
All right, at this point in time, Mr. P. Sundar Raj, IG Bastar, is also joining us on the broadcast to talk more about this. Mr. Sundar Raj, I hope you can hear me, sir. Thank you for speaking with Newsx.
जी, you are audible.
सर, हमसे बातचीत करने के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। सर, 31 मार्च 2026 की डेडलाइन दी थी गृह मंत्री ने माओइज्म का खात्मा करने के लिए। सब जानते हैं कि it has been terminated. The threat of Maoism in our country is very, very limited at this point in time. And it is congratulations to your efforts and your team's efforts. What would you like to say on this massive undertaking and a very difficult undertaking?
On behalf of Government of India and Chhattisgarh government, our security forces they took this resolution to bring an end to this left-wing extremism in Bastar region. And for the last couple of years, we had a lot of decisive operational outcomes. And during this particular period of time, the entire Maoist leadership they had a very severe setbacks, both operationally as well as they lost their ground in the Bastar region. Right now, we have reached that stage where we could comfortably and safely claim we have cleared Bastar region from the Naxal problem, and we are left with 2 more days, and we are hopeful the remaining 1 or 2% of the job it will be completed in the next 48 hours, and by end of 31st March 2026, we will be in a position to declare Bastar region is totally devoid of any kind of Naxal leadership or the Naxal organization, and the development works will be given priority in the forthcoming season. So we have achieved this target with the support of all the stakeholders, the native population. They have shown a lot of faith in the security forces, police force, local administration. Government was always giving all kind of support in the terms of resources, and we got good guidance from all the senior formations from the police headquarters and other central organizations. So finally, we could have able to achieve this mission. So hopefully, in the days to come, Bastar will be identified for many more positive things to come.
So, what are some of the challenges, according to you, that still remain when it comes to a complete elimination of the Maoist threat?
As far as Bastar region is concerned, on 25th of March, we had a surrender, wherein the last senior cadre called as Papa Rao, he came forward to join the mainstream. After that, no other senior level formation cadres are left out in Chhattisgarh and Bastar region. There are few more local level cadres, and the process is continuously going on. Daily, a couple of the cadres, they are coming in contact with the forces. Even yesterday in Kanker, we had 3 cadres who came forward to join the mainstream. So that way, in another 48 hours, we'll be able to totally clear the area from the armed Naxal cadres. And then forthcoming days, as I mentioned earlier, main focus would be on the developmental activities, connectivity projects, and rehabilitation of the surrender cadres. That will be the main priority, and rehabilitation of the victims also, to provide them all kind of assistance so that they could construct a positive and meaningful life. That would be our main priority in the forthcoming days, and other developmental activities, including school education, hospital facilities, health facilities, and basic other amenities that would be provided to the native population. We are working towards that objective.
So, despite the collapse of the territorial backbone of Maoism, there's, some splinter groups that are still around, and they are, capable of having this asymmetric warfare, use of IEDs. Does that worry you?
Okay, we don't foresee any such kind of threat in the days to come in Bastar region, but still we have to be more focused on alert as far as any threat perception is concerned. That holds good for all the region, not only for left-wing extremism of the region, but for even a peaceful, so-called peaceful districts or a state. That holds good. We have to be always focused and oriented towards any threat perception. That way, Bastar police also would be oriented towards this task. We would ensure there's no ground which would be conducive for resurgence of any violent activities in the region, and we would ensure the basic policing mechanism gets more strengthened. There will be more administrative reach in the interior region, and we will be ensuring there will be a lot of strong mechanism for the grievance redressals also. That way, a lot of care would be taken to ensure there is no regrouping or resurgence of violent armed activity in the Bastar region in the forthcoming months or days also.
Sir, appreciate you joining us, sir. Thank you so much, and congratulations once again on this
Thank
huge
you.
accomplishment.
The credit goes to the entire team. We had a very strong team, right from our special forces, including DRG, STF, Bastar fighters, then central paramilitary forces, and local administration, the native population, and all the stakeholders for security protocol. I could not name all the stakeholders, but it was a joint teamwork, and the result, we got very favorable outcome also. So thank you for having me on the platform. Thank you.
It was a pleasure, sir. Thank you so much. All right, at this point in time, Mr. RVS Mani, former MHA Under Secretary, is also joining us. Mr. Mani, I hope you can hear me, sir. Sir, are you there with us?
I'm with you. Thank you.
So first of all, very many congratulations on the Padma Shri.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Very happy to know that. And I'm going to address you as Padma Shri RVS Mani. I hope you don't mind.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sir, first of all, the threat of Maoism is something that we have discussed with, two security giants who have been responsible for eliminating this threat, not only from Bastar, but other parts of the country as well. But, do you think that addressing the socio-economic grievance, which is behind this movement, is also imperative for the government?
That is where now after having eliminated the security risk or security challenges, as as our DG had already pointed out, now it is for the civic administration to take over, ensure, allay all disaffections, work on the ground to ensure the transparent governments are there, the stakeholders are co-opted into the government, the confidence building measure, that is, two C's are most important: confidence building measures and consolidation. Now, Gadchiroli was also some 10 years back badly affected by Naxal. Now it is a strawberry area. It is cultivating strawberry. The economy is booming, and that is the way they have consolidated in the Maharashtra sector. So I am sure Naxal, because the Bastar area has got immense potential for, absolutely immense, unbelievable, unlimited potential for growth, unlimited potential for development. Now the eyes will turn to, see, this success has come with a great deal of investment, both from the MPF, Modernization of Police Forces funds, and the government, including the security forces getting better equipment, easily accessible, easily movable, with lot of alacrity they could do, and all that. Now they have done, along with the efforts of Mr. Sundar Raj and Mr. Avasti and all, who have been also talking to the Naxals to co-opt them, to make them surrender. It's also been a major achievement. But at the same time, wherever the violence was, the rule of necessity, they use the violence to finish off the Naxals who are not willing to surrender. So on this basis, now it is our responsibility, the responsibility of the government and center. See, basically this could not have happened without a resolute leadership. 2014 to prior to that, we were struggling. We were actually struggling. Every day ambushes, every day somebody. And there are sort of group of social workers in Chhattisgarh were allowed to operate with their backers in Delhi, the funding in Delhi, the rangdari was going unabated. All this have been controlled, and we have come to these stages, so that now the contractors don't have to pay any rangdari. The roads have been built on a massive scale. In 2010, etc., we were struggling, and MHA decided to fund the road because the other the security issues were there. Now that type of things are not there. The development will go, the health sector, the education sector, the employment, the skill development. Skill development should now take over in a very large scale in not only Chhattisgarh, all the Odisha and other formerly Naxal affected areas. And I expect a Gadchiroli type model to come in other places, major places within the Chhattisgarh, Bastar, Kanked, Narayanpur, Kanked, all those areas, so that they take it forward. They take it forward, that we are consolidating it. We are building on the successes which have been achieved in the abolition of Naxal. So now the Naxal is a security challenge, is not a problem. The regrouping, to allay the regrouping, we have to we have to communicate with the people at large, the population, and then also ensure that, the civic administration is very effectively talking to them, involving them in the administration, development, skill development, all those things, so that they are productively employed, maybe harness the local skills, harness the local resources, like the Gadchiroli model. Actually, Honorable Prime Minister, I always call it a Midas touch. Bhuj in 2001 had been totally demolished. Now it's one of the top green belts in the country, floriculture and all. Similarly, Gadchiroli was absolutely demolished, not even known. Now it is one of the top strawberry centers in the country. Like that, now I think I expect upon the Honorable Home Minister to lead from the front, also along with the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh. I am sure they will take it forward and create such centers of growth within the Chhattisgarh area, within Bastar area, so that it continues. It is on a self-sustaining platform. That is what is expected now, and that is what is the agenda. Should be the agenda. In all front growth, not lopsided. It should be an integrated growth of education. You have the health sector growing, you have the child care, infant mortality, all these things are addressed.
Correct,
these are all addressed, then I'm sure the social indicators, if they improve, people are better administered. They will not go towards, they cannot be swayed towards the Naxals or the residuary Naxals who may be trying to regroup and co-opt the population.
Fair enough.
Having said that, I'm sure intelligence-led operations will also take care of those residuary Naxals who are still surviving in Bastar forest, and find out a solution either of surrender or liquidation, whatever is the appropriate way. That is what I'm doing. Thank you, Vinit.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you once again for being here, sir. Appreciate it. All right, some breaking news coming in a major move ahead of the Tamil Nadu Assembly elections. The